Please raise your right hand. Thank you. I state your name.
Nathan Fletcher.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
To support and defend.
To support and defend.
The Constitution.
The Constitution.
Of the United States.
Of the United States.
And the Constitution.
And the Constitution.
Of the State of California.
Of the State of California.
Against all enemies.
Against all enemies.
Foreign and domestic.
Foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith.
That I will bear true faith.
And allegiance.
And allegiance.
To the Constitution.
To the Constitution.
Of the United States.
Of the United States.
And to the Constitution.
And to the Constitution.
Of the State of California.
Of the State of California.
That I take this obligation.
That I take this obligation.
Freely.
Freely.
And without any mental reservation.
And without any mental reservation.
Or purpose of evasion.
Or purpose of evasion.
And that I will.
And that I will.
Well and faithfully.
Well and faithfully.
Discharge the duties.
Discharge the duties.
Upon which I'm about to enter.
Upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I still get nervous when I'm around my former drill instructor. It was an oath that I took when I joined the Marine Corps many years ago. Senior drill instructor, Staff Sergeant Patrick Casal was there for that day, and I'm honored, sir, to have you here now as a county employee working. You know, you take an oath and it signifies so much of what's important about service. You do it on a Bible to commemorate and recognize the role that your faith plays in your life and those inherent values that drive you in what you do. You do it with your family. It's the true, only lasting legacy that we have in this life and in this world. And I thought it was appropriate to do it, have it administered by my former drill instructor to mark a significant occasion in my life, my time in military service. As I stand here today and take the oath, surrounded by friends, family, colleagues, so many folks, I'm reminded of being right here 4 years ago when I took the first oath as a county supervisor. 4 years ago, on one hand, can seem like an eternity ago. And it can also seem like it was just yesterday. 4 years ago, when we stood here at swearing in, I talked about change, the beginning of a transition. New supervisors, a new approach, a different attitude, a new direction. I talked about how the change that was possible in front of us 4 years ago could be one that would strengthen a county government, that would strengthen an entire county. And we stand here now, 4 years later, through the travails, the ordeals, the challenges and the opportunities of the last 4 years. And I think everyone who's a part of county government needs to take immense pride at how this organization and entity has grown, at how it is strengthened. Greater investment into the community, greater empathy, more compassion. The board adopting a framework for the future that will guide this county for decades to come. A focus on taking care of our county workers, recognizing them, appreciating them, supporting them, but a focus beyond that, of fighting for workers throughout San Diego County. Transformative policies around behavioral health, and particularly the addiction crisis that is ravaging so many of our friends and family members. Rebuilding our child welfare system, our foster care system, our juvenile justice system. Working to find the path to both aggressively tackle climate change, the transition to renewable energy, while also looking out for those good union jobs and making sure that we do it responsibly. Ensuring we're looking for every opportunity for putting more housing in San Diego that's affordable to the people that we represent. Fighting to keep workers safe from exploitation and trying to make sure that their hard work is recognized. We've got to not just fight for the middle class, but we have to uphold the inherent value and dignity of work and what it means. Becoming a county that welcomes all, from our immigrants to our LGBTQ community, making sure everyone knows that this is a county that recognizes them and appreciates them. We've continued a tremendous legacy of service to the unincorporated communities, something that certainly predates my efforts joining this board, but we have stepped up and expanded a lot of our regional responsibilities in ways the county has never done before. Working with cities, with the state and federal government, making sure we are being a regional leader, tackling some of the most pressing issues that we face. We are reminded that public safety remains our highest priority in ensuring that our communities are safe, not just from violent crime, but from the dangers of wildfires, and working to protect the people. And through it all, significant investments, significant initiatives, county doing things it's never done before. We managed to do it all while keeping our county on solid financial footing, prepared for any possible downturn that may come, and ensuring the fiscal health of San Diego County. I'm incredibly proud that in 4 years, we worked together on this dais. We find common ground when it's possible. We're always willing to make reasonable compromises to find the best way forward. And when it isn't possible, we differ or disagree. But on the Board of Supervisors in San Diego County, we do it in a professional way. We do it in a way that allows every member of this board who was elected to represent their values and their beliefs. But we also do it in a way that demonstrates an important lesson to the public, that people can actually disagree. They can vote differently. They can have a different opinion, but still retain the recognition of that integrity of the person that sits beside them, recognizing them as a person, recognizing that we have to preserve that ability to work together on the next issue, where we might have common ground and we might agree. And I am incredibly pleased that this board has demonstrated that you can vote differently and still work with one another. There's no doubt over the last 4 years our county government has changed, and there's also no doubt our county government has been strengthened. We've endured a pandemic, a series of immense challenges, hostility and divisiveness that didn't just occur here in these chambers. It spilled over outside these chambers, into people's lives, to their homes. But throughout all of this, we never lost sight of what we do. We get up every single day and we fight to improve the lives of the people that we represent. And this has been made possible by the strength of this organization. Any lesser institution would not have been able to endure everything that the last 4 years has thrown at us. But the county team and the county government, time and again, has stepped up to meet the challenges. The way we serve the public has been there in times of need. We've made tremendous progress, but we know we have a lot of work left ahead of us. Every day when I walk into this building, I reflect not just on the motto of the county, the noblest motive is the public good. That inspires us and that guides us in what we do. But every time we walk into this building, I reflect on my path to get here. The product of a teenage mom, surviving a violent and turbulent early start to life. Someone who grew up in a factory working environment where I had opportunities to go to college and opportunities to do things that others in my family did not have. The commitment that we have and the great honor it is to come into this building and know that the public has entrusted you to meet the challenges of the moment and do your very best with all of your flaws and challenges and mistakes that we may make, but do your level best every single day to serve is a tremendous honor. As we walk in these days and we see some construction and update, we're reminded of an almost 100-year building. But when I walk into this building, I'm reminded of the spirit that led this very building to be built. It was in the 1930s and the nation was ravaged by a depression. People were out of work. And the leaders at that time, led by President Roosevelt, invested in a series of infrastructure projects. Not just designed to have a building where county government could go and do their business, but a building that put people back to work. President Roosevelt came here in the 30s when the ribbon was cut and recognized and acknowledged that the construction of this building was not just a building for the sake of building, it was a reflection of the elected representatives stepping up to meet the needs of the public at that time. At that time, they needed work. The foundation of the very building that we are standing in today and walk into every day is rooted in meeting the needs of our community, a legacy that we need to carry forward with us every single time that we come. I'm honored to have had the opportunity to walk in this building for the last 4 years, and I'm honored to have been elected by the voters for a second term. I closed my remarks 4 years ago by saying the belief that no matter what level of government we serve, we must all take steps to ensure we continue on this path of creating a more perfect union. Today, I close my remarks reflecting on the words of Dr. Martin Luther King, someone who often talked about the fierce urgency of now. He reminded us that we need one another. He also reminded us of the critical point that we continue marching forward. He said, and I quote, "We cannot walk alone. And as we walk, we must make the pledge that we will march ahead. We cannot turn back." Our county government has turned in a stronger direction in the last 4 years, and we cannot turn back. We have to continue those efforts moving forward on the path to a more perfect union, and I'm honored to continue to serve. Thank you all very, very much for joining me today.